The 49ers haven't exactly gotten their return on investment with former number 3 overall draft pick Solomon Thomas.
But the team is hoping more playing time will help the 2017 first-round draft pick reach his potential.
The 49ers are going to need the defensive lineman to step up in 2020 to help fill the void left when they traded DeForest Buckner to the Indianapolis Colts.
Solomon Thomas is a guy that we felt played well last year in a role, General Manager John Lynch said during a conference call with reporters Monday. We think that role will expand.
After starting 25 total games over his first 2 seasons, Thomas played in all 16 games last season but started just 3 of them. The 24-year-old has 6 total sacks in his first 3 seasons.
Thomas's snap count went down from 62% and 60% those first 2 seasons to 41% in 2019, according to Pro Football Reference.
Thomas isn't the only player Lynch and the 49ers are counting on.
Obviously DJ Jones is a guy that we're extremely excited about, Lynch said. Unfortunately, had the high ankle sprain that sent him to IR and we weren't able to make our playoff push and run with him, so we're extremely excited. He's working extremely hard about having him back.
Kevin Givens and Julian Taylor, Kentavious Street, all those guys had some form or fashion of injuries, but that's kind of the group we're working with. We looked at some things during free agency. Nothing really came to fruition. So, that's the group there. We'll see where that goes, but that's who we're working with at this point.
Related, Lynch says Buckner trade was toughest move.
The 49ers could add a defensive lineman to the mix during this week's NFL draft, but considering they have bigger needs, the guys they have might be the group that shows up when training camp starts.
For Thomas, this might be the chance he needs to prove himself.
The pick is in.
With the number 12 overall pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select.
With the number 13 overall pick, the San Francisco 49ers select.
One of the best events on the sports calendar is upon us, but it comes with a strange twist. Due to the global coronavirus pandemic, the 2020 version of the NFL Draft, which begins Thursday night, will be held virtually. It was originally supposed to be held in Las Vegas. Now it will move online.
It's essentially a real version of a fantasy football draft.
Raiders general manager Mike Mayock and his 49ers counterpart, John Lynch, will be making their picks from the comfy confines of their homes.
Both the Raiders and 49ers currently have 2 first-round draft picks, but that could change if either team gets an offer it can't refuse.
Related, NBC Sports Bay Area's mock draft.
2 years ago, the 49ers picked 1 spot ahead of the Raiders and took the player the Silver and Black had their eyes on. Will the script flip this year?
Here's how to watch the 2020 NFL Draft.
When, Round 1, Thursday, April 23 at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Rounds 2-3, Friday, April 24 at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Rounds 4-7, Saturday, April 25 at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
TV, ESPN, NFL Network Stream, FuboTV.
Anytime a team has to part ways with an Pro Bowl caliber player, it's never an easy decision for an NFL general manager.
For 49ers general manager John Lynch, the choice to send defensive tackle DeForest Buckner to the Indianapolis Colts in a trade this offseason was particularly difficult.
Probably the toughest thing I've done since I've been a general manager here, Lynch told reporters during a Zoom conference call. It's a difficult part of this business, one that I don't think you can really prepare yourself when you move on from a player who embodies everything that you want to be about.
We spend a lot of time talking about what's a 49er to us, and DeForest Buckner embodied that in every way on and off the field.
The 49ers' haul in return for the defensive lineman included the number 13 overall pick, giving Lynch the opportunity to reload his roster potentially with another player of Buckner's caliber.
We lost a special player in Buck, Lynch said. A foundational type player. So if you can find a foundational player at 13, that's something you have to weigh.
Related, Jags releasing Lee could be bad news for 49ers draft plans.
NBC Sports Bay Area's latest mock draft has the Niners ending up with one of the draft's best wideouts, giving quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo a potential new number 1 receiver.
We'll all find out in a few days whether Lynch indeed finds that foundational player in the first round.